Hello, hello. Hello, world. Happy Tuesday again. It's lovely to have you if you're here live today with me. And if you're watching on the recording, welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's topic. In fact, I have to tell you a story before we begin. So, yes, Kelly, happy Tuesday. Lovely to see you. Okay, so last week I was in Cancun for a week-long meditation retreat. And we had decided on this topic for today. And I'm also writing towards my second book this year. So I spent quite a bit of my free time last week in Cancun in a beautiful all-inclusive resort and the beach at Riviera Maya, just an amazing environment to be in. I have been writing towards my second book, and I've got my first draft manuscript ready. And so as I was writing, I kept getting all of these ideas for this topic today. And the topic is how to build a cash rich business. And I got so many ideas that they can all go in the book, but I don't know if we can cover all of them today in just this one live. So what I'm going to do is today's going to be part one of the series of how to build a cash rich business. So we're going to turn this into a series, and today is going to be part one. So if you are in a situation in your business where you're feeling cash trapped and constantly feeling overwhelmed and just having a hard time keeping your head above the water. I've seen this happen with entrepreneurs and people I know a lot, where you have some income coming in maybe, but the expenses are just keep getting hit with bills here and there and from everywhere, it seems like. And it's just, yeah, it's difficult. It's overwhelming. And you can't keep the money that's coming in to you. Now, if you find yourself in that situation, I can totally understand. And today's topic is for you. First and foremost, I want you to know that there is hope. No matter where you are in this journey and how alone you feel, even, I can assure you that you can go from where you are to from feeling cash trapped to feeling abundant and in actually feeling free in your life, in your business. Because not only have I helped so many of my clients go from where you are to the freedom and abundance, but I've personally been there myself, been through that journey myself. And so, without further ado, let's dive in, because all of the concepts I'm going to teach and train in this video today are going to help you get started to move from where you are to where you want to be. So, let me know in the chat if you're ready for the first step. And if you're joining for the first time and here on my channel for the first time today, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of the next parts in this series that I'm going to be doing. I am so ready, Kelly says. Okay, good. So the very first thing we're going to start with is not the budgeting and all of that yet. There is a place for that, but I'm sure you maybe have heard of budgets and maybe even tried it. And if it hasn't worked for you, we're going to actually start with healing your relationship with money. So I want to explain it this way. So there is you, here's you, and then here is money. And then there is this thing in between that's the dynamic called your relationship. The relationship between you and money. And that relationship is an entity in itself, energetically. So basically, everything is energy, and money is just a form of energy. And all energy speaks in frequencies. So when we have you, and then we have money, and then we have that your relationship with money. If you're having, feeling cash strapped and feeling overwhelmed and having trouble with your finances right now, that is a symptom that tells us that there is something, not on track, something off track, something not okay in your relationship with money itself. So that's why we're going to start off by healing your relationship with money, healing this entity. The like cash trappedness that you feel is the symptom that tells us that there is an underlying root and a cause, the root cause of that cash trapped feeling and being cash trapped all the time is in your relationship with money. Now, money is a form of energy. Yes, it is used as an exchange for value in our economy on the 3D plane, the physical plane that we live in, but also at its essence on the kind of energetic plane, it is a form of energy. Now, money itself is a pretty neutral form of energy. Like it's not good or bad or right or wrong. It's not like it doesn't hold grudges. It doesn't have its own emotions. But it is a form of energy, and it does connect with a certain level of frequency. And so, what we need to do is see yourself as an entity over here who's also at a certain level of frequency that would actually align with money in a harmonious way. That's what would create that harmonious relationship, your relationship with money. If your vibration and where you are energetically is not aligned with the money and basically being cash rich in your business, then that's what causes disharmony in that relationship that you have with the money. And so once you understand that money is just a form of energy and all energy speaks in frequency and vibration, then, and that you and money have a relationship, whether you were aware of it or not so far, and that relationship can be healed energetically, then we can move forward to actually what you can do to heal your relationship with money. And what you can do first is become aware that you have a current relationship with money and notice what kind of a relationship is it right now. When you think of money, what kind of thoughts and feelings come up for you? What, like, do thoughts come up for you like, oh my God, I have to work hard for money? Um, I don't know how to make money, make more money. Um, Even if no matter how much I make, I'm not able to keep it. There's not enough money to go around. Like I have to fight for it and I have to control and I manipulate things for it to come to me. I have to like sacrifice myself and I have to over give and deplete myself to have it. If any of those kind of restrictive, constrictive, and scarcity based thoughts are coming up for you, notice that. Also, notice the feeling. What is the feeling that comes up when you think of money? Is it a feeling of scarcity, like not feeling good and just feeling constrained and lacking and wishing, I wish I had more? I wish it was easier. I wish, or just like, or maybe it's like, oh, I don't want more money because, I don't want to be greedy. And like money's not going to make me happy. Like, um, but then you have trouble with building a cash rich business, right? So if any of those feelings of scarcity and lack are coming up for you, notice that. Those are the things that are indications that will tell you what kind of a relationship you currently have with money. Kelly, I used to feel scarcity big time, and every single time I checked out at the store. Yes, yes. That is very good to have the awareness of what kind of thoughts and feelings come up for you when you think of money. When you think of spending money, especially when you think of buying anything, what kind of thoughts and feelings come up for you? This is very telling. If the thoughts and feelings come up for you that, like, you feel like, oh, something's being taken away from you, you're losing something, that is a low vibrational frequency, low vibration and frequency that you're in. And like we said, everything's energy, and energy speaks in frequencies. And money's over here. Well, now there is a mismatch. There is a mismatch in your frequencies, right? Money, let's talk about money. So money is not like a human being. It doesn't have human emotions, but it is a form of energy. And so it does speak in frequencies. And the thing about money is that money loves to be in flow. Money loves freedom. Money loves action. Money wants to be used for a purpose. It wants to be cherished and appreciated, and it wants to go where it's gonna be joyfully appreciated, and it gets to be useful in some way. It gets to serve a purpose in some way. And I mean, think about it. If you weren't, appreciated, if you weren't feeling like you're being used, like if someone just took you and like locked you up in a dark room and just like you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything, you couldn't grow, how would you feel? Like they just trapped you in this dark place and just like, okay, you can't go anywhere, do anything. Like, do you see how that feels so constrictive? And a lot of people do this with money. When you get money, you hoard it and you like trap it. And it's fine if you put it into a savings vehicle where it's growing and there is a place for investment. But there's a difference between appreciating the money and allowing it to grow versus just like hoarding it and like being fearful that of losing it and just like putting it into this dark um, pit where it can't like serve any purpose anymore. Money doesn't really necessarily like that. That energy isn't meant to be trapped. It's meant to be free flowing. It's meant to be open. It's meant to serve a purpose. It's meant to flow from one place to another and circulate all around. And it's meant to create value, more value through the flow of it. So, how do you, if you're feeling trapped, if you've been in that hoarding or lack kind of a mindset, that is where there's healing required in your relationship with money. How do you do this? Here is a story from just last week. So, I do this work myself. I apply all of these things in my life. And so I noticed this just last week. I was traveling to Cancun and I needed to check an extra bag. And so I went to the airport counter to check in my bag. And they told me that there's going to be a fee for checking the bag in. And so um, I was flying a different airline than I normally do. So I thought the fee would be X amount. And the fee they told me was a little higher than that. Was higher than that. And immediately I noticed that something in me started constricting, started to have these limiting and negative thoughts about checking in this bag and the fee that I need to pay for that. Now, monetarily, it wasn't a huge amount, right? But notice the thoughts and feelings that started to come up for me. I started to feel constricted and restricted. And immediately, I noticed that and I became aware of it. And here's what I do every time I catch myself when I'm feeling this way about spending money on something. I have been so excited getting all these new outfits for my trip. And so I'd packed everything with so much love in my bag. And here I was getting all, in the scarcity mode about checking in this bag and paying for it. And as soon as I noticed, decided to switch my frequency. So instead of being in this low vibe, and I could have still paid for it with this low vibrational energy where my thoughts and feelings are like, not feeling good about it. But that is how I would have stayed in that lack mindset and wounded relationship with money. So here's what I did instead. Before I gave my credit card, I just took a moment and I thought about a moment where I felt so joyful and so happy and so grateful. I had just received something that was a big surprise, and I just felt so good. And I got into that feeling of feeling abundant, feeling joyful, feeling happy and peaceful and grateful. And once I got into that feeling, and I want you to do this every time this happens to you, is get into that feeling and then notice the thoughts, how your thoughts change. What happened in my case is my thoughts, instead of the thoughts of, oh, why are they charging more and all of that, what started to come up is, oh, I have all my beautiful outfits in this bag and I get to go on this dream trip, and I'm going to get to wear all these new dresses at the beach and in the meditations, and I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm on my way to my dream week-long meditation retreat, and I'm so excited. And this airline and this person's helping me with that experience. And I'm so grateful. And I'm going to meet new people there, and I'm going to share my message with more people and connect with more amazing humans. And my business is going to just receive abundant new vibes. And I'm like, I've already made 10 times more money as soon as I'm on my way than I'm, paying here. In fact, the moment I pay for this bag check-in, universe is bringing me 10 times more, and I'm ready to receive it, and I'm open to receiving it, and open to receiving this new level of abundance and all of the money and opportunities and connections and everything. And and you can notice how the energy shifted, the frequency that I was at shifted, my thoughts reflected that, my feeling was aligned with that. And with that feeling, I pulled out my credit card from my wallet and handed it to the lady who was helping me at the check-in counter. And she swiped the credit card, gave me the receipt, and I was so happy as I received the receipt, got my credit card back, put it back in my wallet, and my bag was checked in. A simple thing as checking in your bag, or even if you're getting a coffee at a cafe, or like a simple thing, the amount doesn't matter. The amount of money you are spending or you're paying does not matter, but the thoughts and the feeling that you connect with that moment, that's what matters. And that's what brings in new money. And so this is how I shifted this, and what this does when you do this on a regular basis. So then I went into the hotel, and when I was checking into my hotel, I connected with that joyful, happy, successful, and grateful part of me, that feeling, and then gave my credit card to the hotel when I was checking in. And I do this every single time I pay for anything. When I invest in myself, when whether it's just regular things like food or clothing, when I shop for new items, or when I go on a trip or travel somewhere, or if I'm investing in my business. Whenever I am purchasing something, the fact is that the money that I'm sending to the other person, there is a product or service that's being provided to me in exchange, because money is a exchange of value. If I pay for something, exchange the money for value, but if I'm not in a high vibration when I'm paying the money, transferring the money over, what the signal that I'm sending out energetically to the universe is that I don't appreciate the value that's coming to me. I'm not fully ready for the value, the product or service that is being provided for me. The truth is that even if it's the airline or the hotel or whatever the entity is that I'm purchasing something from and paying something for, that person, entity, is just a channel through which the universe, the higher power, the source of all of it, the divine provider, as I call it, God, if you will, is providing something valuable to me. If I'm buying an ice cream, the ice cream store is just a channel through which that yummy, delicious ice cream is being provided to me for my enjoyment, for my deliciousness and the experience of it. If I don't, if I'm in a low vibration as I pay for the ice cream, then I won't really fully enjoy the ice cream as I'm eating it. And that just tells the universe, I'm not ready for that enjoyment. I'm not ready for that value, that opportunity. And so I'm essentially going to be blocking the value and that opportunity and all of that the infinite source has in store for me. The universe is just going to say, okay, she's not ready yet, so we'll just wait. And and the universe is not in a rush. It's not in a rush, so it's just going to wait for you. So here's what happens when you purchase with the feeling of lack and scarcity. You are literally telling the universe that you're not ready for that abundance and that enjoyment and that value that it's providing for you. So if you want to change that, if you are ready, then you need to become aware of what state of mind you're in when you're purchasing anything, and connect to the joy and appreciation and gratitude for what's being provided to you as exchange of your money, and open up to the universe and say, thank you so much for this delicious ice cream, for this service of from the airline. Thank you so much for this beautiful hotel I get to stay at. Um, and I'm ready for more. And I'm ready for more. Bring me more. And open yourself up to receive more. Ask the universe for more. Ask it for more value. Ask it for more money. Ask it for more deliciousness in your life, because the infinite source has infinite amount of money and opportunities and resources and enjoyment for you. So Kelly says, wow, I hadn't thought of it like this. Such an amazing insight. Yes, isn't it counter to what we normally hear in society? Um, when there is scarcity, there's not enough to go around. We have to hoard and we have to feel, you know, constricted and all of that. And we have to try to pinch pennies and all of that just creates more scarcity and lack. So there you go. If you want to create more scarcity and lack, then that is a formula to do that. But if you want to feel free and abundant, then here's how you can start to heal your relationship with money by enjoying and asking for more value, money, and enjoyment from the universe. Kelly says, oh, and I'm ready for more. I love that. Yes, say thank you so much for this, and I'm ready for more. Bring me more deliciousness, more vacations, more money. I also say that this, like every dollar that I spend, whether it's on my travel, a dress I bought, jewelry, even if it's just coffee, or I don't drink coffee, but like any beverage that you like. If it's something in your business, especially in your business, whenever you pay for something in your business, it can be for a bookkeeper, for accounting services, for any product or service you're buying, for coaching services, anything that you purchase for your business that you're paying for. Notice the vibration you're in and shift that vibration before you make that transaction, before you pay for anything, before you transfer money out of your account. No matter what your circumstances look like right now, connect to a feeling of joy, happiness, gratitude. Remember a moment where you actually truly felt joyful, and remember that moment again. Get into that feeling. Open your heart through that feeling, and then make that transaction and say to the universe, I believe that every dollar and every cent that I send out through a purchase I make, when I buy something, it comes back to me 10 times. more. 10 times. I know that you're sending me 10 times more back in terms of money, in relationships, and opportunities, in abundance in all areas of my life and in my business. I know this is coming back to me 10 times over, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm ready for more. Send me more. I'm ready for it. So, as you do this and cultivate this as a practice in your life, in your business, and you'll notice that because there's an old habit of getting into the lack and scarcity mode, you'll have to be very mindful of this and, and remind yourself that money is a form of energy, and energy speaks in frequency. And what is the frequency I'm radiating right now? And do this with your purchases. You'll start to notice that money is going to start to naturally come to you. More customers, more clients in your business, maybe from family and friends. You're just going to feel more open and abundant, and money is going to start to naturally come to you. So I know I took quite a bit of time to explain that one, but here's another thing. What we want to really do is reprogram your mind on a subconscious level, the body mind, to go from living that scarcity and lack mindset to this abundance mindset. And sometimes it requires some additional tools and techniques to reprogram yourself from that scarcity to abundance. And that's exactly what I help my clients with. And I work with people, entrepreneurs, business leaders, one on one, and in my groups to heal the relationship with money and to reprogram the subconscious mind from living in that scarcity to an abundance mindset. And so that's going to be important, very important for you. And so if you need help with this, and if you'd like to talk to me about how I can help you with that, how you can completely shift out of your scarcity mode to an abundance mindset, then just reach out to me through my website or email my team at team@avadhi.guru, and I'll be happy to speak to you more about your particular situation and how we can help. With that, the next step is, again, now once you have energetically shifted yourself or started to shift yourself energetically, now it's equally important to create structures and systems and processes in play in your business so that it automatically creates a cash rich business for you. So often what happens is there's income that comes in, and then there's bills to pay, and then it goes out in expenses, and there is basically nothing to show for it at the end of the day. If you are in that situation, what you will need to do, what I suggest that you do, is you're going to need to create these containers, if you will, that automatically will keep some of the wealth that you're bringing in terms of income before it goes out. So I call these channels. So if you think about water, if water, if the water is coming down from the sky in the form of rain, and if the raindrops fall on the earth, you'll notice that they just like flow away, and they end up in a river, in a stream, a river, and then get back to the ocean. Now, if you wanted to harvest that water, what would you need to do? Well, you would need to create like tank, even if you create just dig up a hole, what's going to happen is now that water that's going to fall in terms of raindrops, it's going to collect in that container that you created until it fills that container up. And the rest of the water is going to flow away to like a stream, a river, and to the sea. So you want to think of money just like water. So money is coming in just like water is coming in through the raindrops. And when you don't have a container for it to collect in, then it just flows. It seems like it's just flowing away. Comes in and just flows away. If you create a container, a separate, so what it can look like in your business or personally is a separate bank account. So you might have a bank account or, somewhere that you receive the money right now. Create a separate bank account that some of the money that comes into the main account gets channeled into. Now you might think that, well, I don't have anything left. But if you think about it, the rainwater, if you thought, oh, once the rainwater, like all of it flows away, then I'll think about capturing some of it. Well, it's already flown away. You can't capture it after it's gone. So, but once you create a container, the magical thing that happens is that your container starts to fill up and all the other things also keep getting taken care of as well. And the universe will start to send you a little more as to be able to fill up the container and take care of everything else too. So the amount that you channel towards your container doesn't matter. The fact that you have a container and you channel some amount consistently is what matters the most. The fact that you create a container or separate bank account tells the universe energetically on a frequency level that you're ready to actually keep some of the wealth that's coming in, and you actually have appreciation for it, and you're going to give it new life, and it's going to have babies and it's going to grow for you. And so even if it's 1% of what's coming in that you start putting into this separate account every week, every month, some frequency like that, make sure that you have a consistent frequency and a certain percentage of every amount that comes in that goes into this container. So if you're doing this monthly, like I just have a set percentage every month that goes from my main account to this separate account. I actually have I have a separate account for taxes. So when it's time to pay taxes, then I pay taxes from that account. I have a separate account called reserve. So that's a reserve amount that's for it's my treasure trove that I can dive into if I need to just have a big chunk of money for a big investment or just any kind of emergency even. And I have a reinvestment account. So if you need to reinvest in your business, then that's the account, that is the container for that. And so every month, I automatically have a percentage of my money coming in, going to the taxes account, a percentage going to the reserve account, and a percentage going to the reinvestment account. You can have your own different one or more accounts based on the categories that are important to your business. But the concept that's most important is to create the separate accounts as different containers and designate them to a different purpose. So the money that's in the reinvestment account, there is a purpose for that money. That money is going to be used for reinvestment into further growth in my business. So money loves being used for a purpose. Money loves to serve a purpose. If you try to save, but you're not clear on what it's for, the purpose of it, then again, it's not as effective as it could be. So, giving the container a purpose and then putting in a percentage every month, every week, every consistent frequency towards the categories in those containers is going to start building up that cash rich business of yours. And you'll notice that you will still always have enough to pay any of the expenses or bills that need to be paid. So, with that, the last thing I want to say today in this part, let me know in the chat what was your biggest takeaway or insight from that last piece. And if you're watching this on the recording, let me know in the comments what is one piece from today that you're taking away that you're going to implement in your life. And so the last piece I want to say today is that often the scarcity mindset, it is hard to notice when you are in the scarcity mindset, it is hard to notice all of the resources that you already have in your business and around you that you may not be using yet fully. So here's a quick exercise I want you to do to take an inventory and become aware of all the resources that are available to you. When you're in lack, your mind is so focused on what you don't have and what's not enough that it can totally like blind you from noticing all of the things and people and resources you do have that are available to you. And so take a piece of paper and a pen and set a timer for like 5 or like 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes, set a timer and write down all of the things, people, opportunities, resources that you currently do have in your business and in your network that you can tap into, that you already have. So, any money that you already have, any team members that you already have, any other resources, any other products, inventory, or other things you've already purchased that you already have, any family members that you already have supporting you, any friends that are supporting you or willing to support you, any space, physical space that you have access to, all of the resources that are available to you already. No, just write them all down, make a list, and you will be surprised at how much comes up in your list, how much more comes up on your list than you originally thought was there. And once you have written out your list, I want you to take a moment for each point and write down on a scale of 1 to 10, give it a number, how well you're currently utilizing that resource. So if it's money in your bank that you have, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're not utilizing it at all. It's not serving you right now because you're not utilizing it at all. And 10 being you're fully utilizing it, you're fully enjoying it, you're fully getting value from it, and it's serving a great purpose in your life. And that would be a 10. And you might be anywhere on a scale of 1 to 10 there. So write a number next to each resource on your list, how well you're utilizing it right now. Maybe you're a 5 on number 1, a 10 on number 2, a 2 on number 3, so on. And once you have given it your numbers, you will have so much more awareness on what's really happening and what's keeping you in this cash trapped circumstance in your business. You might notice that a lot of those resources that are in your list, they aren't being fully utilized right now. Your time and energy, don't forget that your time and energy are very valuable resources that you have. Your health gives you the ability to use your energy wisely, your vitality. Those are resources you currently have. And write down on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are on how well you're utilizing it. And that will tell you the ones, so anything that you rated at 5 or lower in on your resources list, current resources list, those are the resources you need to focus on and and think of ways that you can utilize those resources more. So now next step is to write down at least one or two ways that you can use those resources, those particular ones that you rated at 5 or less, in a way that would raise the rating from 5 to a 7 or an 8 or even a 10. And if you just identify 1, 2, or 3 resources that you currently already have, that this is not something that's going to cost you any more money, right? And just think of 1 or 2 ways that you can increase the utilization of those resources and start to take actions in that direction. You'll start to notice that you will start to attract more money, more opportunities, and start to feel better about your whole financial situation. And the circumstances in your business will start to shift. Very, very important to start to become more resourceful. This is what being resourceful is all about. It's not about having more resources, needing more, but it's about using what you currently have and increasing the utilization level of those resources that you already have, so that then you can have more resources and hold more and have more space. And then you can say to the universe that I'm ready for more. When you use the resources you currently have to their fullest potential, you are vibrationally, energetically telling the universe that you appreciate the resources that have been provided for you. You are so grateful for them and you're ready for more. So that brings the whole thing full circle for today's topic, and that is to heal your relationship with money. Do that by getting into a high vibrational state when you're paying for anything or purchasing anything. And tell the universe, I so appreciate what you're providing here, and I'm ready for more. Thank you so much, and I'm ready for more. Number 2, get create the containers so that you can start to keep some of the wealth that is coming to you in the form of income and become more cash rich. And the third one is to make a list of all your current resources, rate each resource on a scale of 1 to 10 on how well you're utilizing it currently, and then increase the level of utilization on the ones that are 5 or below rating. And that is another way you can tell the universe that you're grateful for the resources that you currently have been provided with and you're ready for more. And tell universe, thank you so much, and I'm ready for more. Kelly says, once your relationship is healed with money energetically, it is important to put the systems in place to manage your money for your long term. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like a constant upward spiral. So you heal the relationship with money energetically, and you ask the universe for more. Say, I'm ready for more, and then create the systems and the containers to keep what comes in, keep more of what comes in. And then again, next level, heal the relationship with money energetically even more, and then create the next level. And then for the containers, you keep increasing the amount of the percentages that go in each of your containers automatically. So you up level your systems of keeping the abundance. So energetically, you call in more abundance by being in the joyful gratitude state and high frequency. And then when it comes in, you have the system and structures in place to capture and keep more of that wealth and grow it and invest it further in your growth, and then call in more and then keep more and call in more and then keep more. And that's how you keep growing. It's how you build an abundant life and abundance in your business. And that is how you build a cash rich business. So, this was part one. Next week, I'll be here with part two, continuing on this topic and going further into more juicy content and ideas and tips. But let me know if you have any questions in the chat or in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And leave a comment with your biggest insight from today after you watch this video. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I have a very special announcement. I am doing a boot camp for business turnaround this month where I'm addressing exactly these topics. If you've been having losses in your business or having cash flow issues and you're just frustrated and you feel like you need some help and hand holding, then I have a special offer for you this month only. My boot camp for business turnaround. The I'm offering it at a 75% off my regular rates, just for people who take action in this week by this Friday. And so the link to that, my team will put the link to that in the chat here and also in the comments. But I'll be going in much more depth in terms of creating boundaries. There's a lot more in terms of turning your business around, no matter how much struggle you've had with it or how long you've struggled with it. We can turn your business around and create it into a profitable business and profit making machine for you this year. So if this year is the time for you and you're ready to turn your business around, then this boot camp may be the right thing for you to do. And so I'm excited to see you there. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be here next week with part two of this series. Until then, take care and have a great rest of your week. Bye bye.